Are you sick and tired of looking in the mirror and not liking what you see? This video is for you. Hi friends, and welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Laura. I'm a personal trainer and body image coach, and I have personally suffered with body dysmorphia for years, and I always felt so drawn to physical movement and how our body works, so I combined the two and made my living out of it. So right now I help women find a way to control their body image and also feel good about themselves. So if this is something that sounds like you are wanting to do or are trying to do, be sure to give some love to that subscribe button, and also go ahead and follow me on Instagram at High Energy Jungle for some more daily updates, tips, tricks, posts, all that jazz. For today, I wanted to talk a bit more about the power of negative self-talk, why we should really monitor our negative self-talk and be aware of it, and how we can change it and actually use it to our advantage to improve our body image and to improve our mental health. So I always say, if you have a negative body image, this also reflects in your mental health, and if you would like to improve your mental health or your body image or both, you should really also focus on both in order to do so. If you want to know more about how I see this and how these two are linked together, I already created a video about this, I believe last week, and I will link it right here so you can watch that one after watching this. So let's start with the definition for negative self-talk. Negative self-talk refers to the inner voice or thoughts that are critical, self-defeating, and undermine our self-confidence and self-worth. It involves the habit of speaking to oneself in a negative way, such as focusing on flaws, failures, and shortcomings, rather than positive attributes, achievements, and potential. Negative self-talk can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, and can affect various aspects of our lives, including our relationships, work, and overall well-being. It's important to recognize and challenge negative self-talk and replacing it with positive and empowering self-talk to improve our mental health and well-being. So we're often our own worst critic. We set standards for ourselves so high, and we truly believe that these are the standards that we have to meet in order to become a part of society or to be accepted by society. So more often than not, we are the ones talking ourselves down, giving ourselves critic, and just talking about all the things that we just think that are not good about ourselves. And we focus on these negative things rather than on the things that are good, that we like about ourselves, because it's easier to focus on the negative than on the positive. So we tend to focus on the negative and we actually give it a voice. And this voice is creating beliefs in our head, and these beliefs will create an image. So that's what a body image actually is. An image is a representation of reality, but this image is often flawed and is subjective to what we say about ourselves or what we hear others say about ourselves. And this is how our body image is formed. So by focusing on this negative self-talk and improving this negative self-talk to positive self-talk, we can actually improve how we see ourselves, and we can improve our body image, which will in return also improve our mental health. Our negative self-talk doesn't only focus on what we do. For example, when you met someone new and you had an entire conversation with this person and it was all good, but later at night you're laying in bed and you're thinking like, okay, what did I say to this person? Okay, I said this and this and this. I could have said that, and that would have been better. I should have said this instead of that. And we start beating ourselves up about something in the past that we cannot change anymore. And that's this negative self-talk that is gaining strength and is becoming louder and louder. This inner voice is becoming so loud that we cannot hear anything else anymore. But we also do this with our appearance, the way we look, and more especially the way we should feel about ourselves because of the way that we look. And by feeling worse about our body image, because as I previously explained, our body image is formed by this negative self-talk, by all these inputs that we get, the compliments or the lack thereof. By having this negative body image, we actually might start showing some compulsive behaviors, such as mirror checking to see if everything is still good, or we can start camouflaging our flaws or the perceived problem. And this takes up so much mental space, and this will result in a decline in our mental health. So by focusing on this negative self-talk, by really focusing on the beliefs that are created because of this negative self-talk, we can improve our body image and we can improve our mental health. So we all know it's difficult to take a compliment, right? I don't think I'm the only one who struggles with this, but it's difficult because it's positive and we tend to focus on the negative. So for example, when somebody says something negative about you and they mean it as a stupid joke, they give a stupid comment about the way you look, you will internalize this and you will keep it in your head forever, and it will stay alive, and you will keep repeating this one sentence that somebody once told you, probably as a joke. I hope it was a joke, or otherwise it's just an asshole. That somebody once told you, and you will keep repeating it, and it will create a belief. But all the times that somebody gave you a compliment, such as, oh, you look amazing in that dress, you forget it by the time you're changing into your pajamas and you're going to bed. Because we do not repeat this as often to ourselves. We do not have the same relationship with negative feedback as with positive feedback. We don't act the same with it. We don't go through the same steps, because if it's negative, it's something we have to change, and it should be changed, and we should focus on how to change this. And to be able to change this, we should understand this. So we keep repeating it to ourselves and we create this belief. But if something positive happens, we do not repeat this to ourselves. It's just something positive and we feel like, hey, that was nice, thank you. But after we forget it. For example, whenever I'm coaching clients, I always tell them to create a mental health routine, and I advise them to start journaling. And I always tell them, try not to only focus on the negative, because it's easy to write down all the bad things that are happening to you and all the negative feelings that you're feeling. But why don't we focus on the good things? We forget them because we don't focus on them. We feed this inner critic all these negative things, and it's the only thing that the inner critic will remember at the end of the day. And that is why it's the only feedback that it can give to us. But by actually building in some positive feedback as well, we can give this inner critic also some positive things to think about, and some positive things to say to us. So you can see how it is important to really challenge our negative self-talk, to really focus on it, because it is important to understand how this is an important tool, how this is such a strong tool to improve our body image and to improve our mental health. But before I actually go ahead and give you some tips on how to actually improve and challenge your negative self-talk, I just want to say this. It's not an easy journey that you've embarked on. It's not easy to want to improve your body image. It's not easy to improve your mental health, because you have to do the work, and the work is necessary to see improvement, to grow, to heal. But the work is hard because you go deep and it's difficult and it's emotional. And I really want you to do the work when you have someone that you can talk to, that you can vent to, that will understand you and that will actually help you guide the way. If you have a loved one that you can really confide in and that is there for you, and that you feel like the person will understand you and will really guide you through this journey, I love that for you, and please confide in this person. But also know that if this is not the case, there are professionals out there just like me who are specialized in guiding you on this journey. I have a 12-week online program where I guide women through this journey where they feel good about themselves. I really focus on how they can control their body image and improve their mental health. And if you would sign up for this 12th week, just know that I'll be there for you for the rest of your life. I really love to build this real connection with my clients, and you'll just have feedback for the rest of your life. Whenever you're stuck with something, just hit me up and I'll be there, standing right there in your corner, shouting you on and giving you all the positive self-talk that you need. Okay, so back to the actual tips of this video. Some tips to challenge your negative self-talk. So the first tip would be recognize your negative self-talk. It's an obvious one, right? We all always know, like, I have negative self-talk, I do this, but we actually don't not recognize the actual negative self-talk because we believe this negative thing that we are saying to ourselves to be the truth, and the truth cannot be negative or positive. It's just the way it is, right? But we have to be aware that when we are saying something negative towards ourselves, that this might not be the truth, that this might be a belief that has been created over the years, and we have to be aware that we can actually change it and that we can rephrase it. And that brings me to tip number 2, rephrase your self-talk. So if you succeeded in step 1, which was recognizing the thought, you should try to rephrase it. For example, if you hear your inner critic say, you cannot do this because you suck at everything, try to rephrase it in a way, okay, this might be difficult, or I might not be able to do this at first, but I will get better by learning. So just rephrase how you say it to yourself so it becomes less negative and it becomes more like a sea of possibility. Tip number 3, become your own best friend. I always say this to everyone, become your own best friend. Talk to yourself in a way that you would talk to a loved one, in a way that you would talk to your best friend. If she came to you and she was feeling down, or she was feeling bad about herself or insecure about the way she looks, you wouldn't make it worse by agreeing. You wouldn't make it worse by saying, yeah, you should probably lose some weight. You just wouldn't. You would tell her the things you actually see. You would tell her that she looks good, that she looks amazing, that she has nothing to worry about. Talk to yourself in a way you would talk to your best friend. And then an extra one, tip number 4, create some affirmations. By focusing on the positive self-talk that we talked about in tip number 3, by becoming your best friend, you talk to yourself in a positive manner. It's difficult to start talking about yourself in a positive manner because we're not used to this, and it's really something cognitive to do. So I would advise you to start out with some simple affirmations that you write out for yourself. So some positive thoughts that you want to believe, that you know that deep down that it might be a reality, and really something that can boost your spirits, that can boost your day. And by this, we already start implementing a couple of positive thoughts throughout the day. So repeat these affirmations to yourself on a daily basis. So to sum up, recognize, reframe, and positive self. That's the best way to actually challenge your negative self-talk. And trust me, if you do the work and you focus on implementing more positive self-talk into your daily routines, into your life, you will see a great shift in your body image and in your mental health. Because it will challenge the way that you see yourself. And if you see yourself in a different manner, you think about yourself in a different manner, which will change your beliefs. And if your beliefs are changed, you will see yourself differently, which will change your body image. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If so, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed just yet, be sure to give that button some love. And I'll see you in the next video. Be nice to yourself. Bye!